Hey, Bulls and Bears. Thank you for joining me today. We've got a lot of economic financial news to get caught up on today. There's a huge spike in people running to the hills, basically, or looking for off grid living. Why would that be? Why would there be an uptick of people suddenly looking for off grid locations, right? We're going to show you the chart on that and the searches that people are doing. Also, we have another huge uptick in retail theft because of the poverty, because of the faltering economy, because of the levels of debt. Stores are even locking up laundry detergent now. Now, we've seen things like this over the last couple of years, but it's more stores. In fact, a Target near me is now locking up laundry detergent. And I don't consider my area to be a bad area at all. And laundry detergent's pretty big. It's not easy to steal. So why are they locking that up? We're going to look at a video on that here in a little bit. We also have some earnings misses to talk about here, stocks and other financial news. Let's go ahead and start right here. Are people in this country getting concerned about the breakdown of society and the faltering economy? Let's take a look here. This is a search for the words live off grid. Live off grid. And if we look at the chart down here, this gives us how many people are searching for that particular term. And we do see a spike sometimes in the summer. It goes up and down, more in the summer when people are moving and looking to relocate. But we look over here to the right corner here, the right side, and we see a bigger uptick than we did in previous years. So is this a sign that more people are seeing the writing on the wall? They see the rising poverty, the rising crime, they see the debt levels. And now they're seeing new mask mandates being implemented in different areas, different hospitals, indicating health crisis 2.0 could be around the corner. Another economic collapse. I mean, you let me know why we're seeing this uptick, bigger than previous years in that type of people looking for living off grid. Also, businesses, companies are getting worried about the debt levels and students having to repay their student loans. In fact, here's a chart here, and it mentions, or it talks about, or it graphs rather, mentions of the word student loan on earnings calls. So when companies talk about their earnings, of course, they're going to talk about their customers' spending capabilities. And a big monkey wrench, is about ready to be thrown into the purchasing power system there. And we look to the right side of the chart here, we see a huge uptick in the mention of student loans during these earnings calls. So companies, they see what's coming. They know that people are maxed out or close to being maxed out, and 40 plus million people are not going to be able to handle these student loans very easily. And so they're going to have to cut back spending somewhere. And I think businesses are bracing for that. In fact, take a look at what happened to Kohl's last quarter, the department store Kohl's. Out of retail dive, Kohl's second quarter profits plunge 60%. Tight cost control helped keep the department store in the black, but sales fell and customers remain under pressure. Customers under pressure. Imagine that. I thought everyone was rich. Everybody was buying a $400 to $8,000 home, because home prices aren't falling. So that means everybody's rich, right? Or does it mean a lot more people are just borrowing money and getting buried under more debt? Also, Kohl's, like many other retailers, especially department stores, are reporting a huge uptick in retail theft. And I'm trying to figure out, do I feel sorry for these stores? Should I feel sorry for these, or are they not doing enough to stop it, right? If you know there's a big uptick or big increase in this type of thing, why not hire more security people, right? And the argument would be, well, that's somebody else they'll have to pay, and that's going to hurt the bottom line. But if the retail theft is so bad, they're going to actually save money by paying more security people to stop or to cut down on the amount of theft. But in some idiot states like California, they make it very difficult for retailers to crack down on this type of thing because, in many cases, if it's under a certain amount, they refuse to prosecute the perpetrators. But even if the perpetrators don't get prosecuted, at least you can cut down on the incidents at your store by having more security, by having a deterrent. And actually, the last time I went to Kohl's, I was kind of shocked at how high the prices were for regular priced items. It was just seemed pretty high. And I'm more of a discount kind of shopper. Ross, TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory, things like that. Another retailer singing a sad song. This is out of Forbes. Dick's Sporting Goods blames earnings slump on theft, joining other major retailers. Or could it be that the parents don't want to take their kids to the store because the name of the store has a dirty word in? Kidding. I think I'm kidding. I was at Dick's Sporting Goods maybe a few months ago and just walked through there. Again, couldn't believe the cost of the things. Basketball shorts were like $50. And I wouldn't consider myself a poor person, but I just can't sleep well at night getting ripped off like that. I feel robbed when I overpay. When I pay $50 for shorts, I feel robbed unless there's some really cool shorts. And this is just one of many stores that is seeing an uptick in retail theft. How many times do we have to report on this? Out of the Post here, a family-owned hardware store just lost $700,000 in just 1 year due to retail theft. Folks, this is not normal. This type of increase in retail theft is not normal. Something's going on. People are getting more desperate as the credit cards, as the debt gets closer and closer to the credit limit. People are getting more desperate. I think that's the clear case here. I mean, please let me know what you think down in comments. All right, still on this topic, and then we'll switch to something else. We've got some footage here of the type of things they're locking up at some of these retail stores. Take a look.
Sad state of affairs when Target has to lock up its laundry detergent. People, seriously, stop stealing stuff. It's ridiculous. They've locked up a lot of the women's skincare stuff too. I get that times are hard and that people are struggling. But to steal, and I get that Target probably has done what they need to do to protect their investments, to protect their products. And I know that things are expensive right now, and that's the hardship of life right now, but it's just ridiculous. I was at Walmart the other day. Walmart has so much stuff locked up that they never used to have to lock up. And the fact that Target's doing this now because people are stealing those things, it's ridiculous. I don't know. What do we do? It's ridiculous.
What do? You call for help and tell them to unlock it, or you start stealing also. And how long until these groups of people that run in there or just individuals start breaking the glass? Maybe it's shatterproof glass. I don't know. But anyways, it's pretty bad. I mean, this guy kind of sums up, how I feel about it. This is out of Risk. U.S. banks see net charge-offs up 21%. The biggest ones, though, Synchronicity and Discover led the rise in charge-offs. It appears the debt dam has broken, so to speak, and these numbers are only going to get worse. I mean, how are things going to get better when we see the layoffs, when we see the cost of living, when we see the credit card interest rates and all these people carrying debt, not paying it off in full with a 20-something% interest rate? It's just a matter of time. But it's not just the U.S. Many countries suffering under enormous increases in the cost of living. Look what's happening in Turkey. This is out of CNBC. Turkey surprises with bigger than expected interest rate hike. Interest rates over there are now 25% to try to tame inflation. And that's actually low compared to some other countries. And let's just look at some of the G20 countries here, countries with the highest interest rates here. Argentina, 118%, Turkey, 25% that we just reported on, Brazil, 13%, Russia, 12%, Mexico, 11.25%, South Africa, 8.25%, and down it goes. The U.S. all the way down to 5.5%. And remember, this is the Fed, the central bank funds rate. And let's look at some other ones here. Argentina, of course, Venezuela, 55%. over to Asia, we see 22% Pakistan, Middle Eastern countries here. Iran, 18%. Kazakhstan, 16.75%. Down in Zimbabwe, everybody knew Zimbabwe was going to lead the way, right? 150%. Ghana, 30%. Sudan, 27%. Congo, 25%. Outrageous. Now let's transition a little bit over to real estate and the housing bubble. Many people have been watching for home prices to fall. We were one of the few channels warning you that there was not going to be a housing bubble going bust or a real estate crash. And now it looks like we're on the verge of maybe more lockdowns and mandates and maybe even a foreclosure moratorium to prevent prices from falling. But according to one investor, it's a well known investor from the show Shark Tank. I think she's famous for that. Self made millionaire, and this is out of Fortune, self made millionaire Barbara Cochran, or is it Corcoran? Barbara Corcoran, sorry, says US home prices won't fall, but could jump 10 to 15% if mortgage rates dip. So she's not only not predicting a crash, she's predicting prices going higher if interest rates are dropped. Now, I think once the next emergency comes up, they're going to drop interest rates. And I don't know if I agree with her. Even if they drop the mortgage rates now, I think there's too many people that are tapped out. There's too much debt. Prices are still too high. Prices would really have to come down to bring buyers back to the market. The one thing that's keeping prices elevated right now is the lack of inventory. But it's only a matter of time before these homeowners are really going to feel the pinch. A lot of them, just like 2008, people couldn't keep up with the costs. And as the economy continues to deteriorate, that's more and more people that are going to be having trouble making their payment, making their mortgage payment, keeping up with the other costs of owning a home, the insurance, the maintenance, the upkeep, the utility bills, which are skyrocketing in many parts of the country. So it's just a matter of time. Even cutting rates, I don't think is going to bring the housing market back. It may make it fall more slowly, but I really don't think it's going to bring the housing market back. So I have to disagree with the self-made millionaire. Obviously, she's a multi-billionaire, right? Okay, just a millionaire. Well, maybe she's smarter than me, maybe not. Please let me know what you think down in comments. Will cutting mortgage rates make home prices shoot back up again? All right, let's jump on over to a different economic situation, and this is a financial situation for the actors. I don't mean to laugh, but a lot of actors are going to need to act like they're not broke because the strike is really hurting a lot of them. In fact, this is out of Hollywood Reporter. Hollywood therapists see mental health effects of dual strikes. So they're seeing a big increase in people in the entertainment industries and actors coming into their office to seek therapy and mental health because they're depressed because they're not making any money. I think it was last week we reported on some actors that actually lost their homes. So this is very interesting. And guess why this is happening? Because the cost of living is too high. You have a lot of people out there, including actors, demanding higher pay. So that brings on the negotiations. And if the two sides don't come together and make a deal, then you're going to see a lot of people sitting on the sidelines. Now, I don't want to be too negative or one sided. So let's get some good news in here, right? Not everyone is struggling. In fact, some people are making some pretty good money and even outpacing inflation, if you ask me. Take a look at UPS drivers. After negotiations, full-time UPS drivers can expect to make up to $170,000 a year. Now, the key words there are up to. That's the higher end, so not everybody's going to be making that, but $170,000 a year and benefits at the end of their 5-year contract, the company announced recently. So therefore, we have memes like this week on House Hunters, OnlyFans creator and her boyfriend, husband, who knows, UPS driver, looking for a home, budget 3.69 million. Folks, some people are doing pretty good. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're not, under this financial train that's going out of control and off the tracks here. And I hope every one of you is doing well. Please come back to this channel for more economic news updates. We'll try to throw in some maybe funny stuff every now and then so it's not so serious. And hopefully you all learned something today. I'd like to hear from you down in comments. Keep stacking, everybody. minimum of 30 days living expenses out of the bank, at your home, food, water, essentials. Get ready, folks, because this thing is only going to get worse. I hope you're well. Thanks, everybody. Keep stacking. Bye for now.